Welcome to Quizlet. If you have students that struggle on memorization of terms or photo ID, or students that like creativity in how they study, Quizlet is for you. Let's take just a brief overview of Quizlet. So here's Quizlet. If we go over here, it shows my latest activity, what study sets I have. You can create a class. You can create your own folders. I'm simply going to do a search. We are working on agronomy identification for our FFA career development events. So I'm simply going to do a search of agronomy. I have students that have loved studying this way. There's plant identification that the students need to learn. So let's just look at this one here. We'll go to FFA Agronomy CDE. These are ones that are already been implemented by somebody else. As you can see here, you can study with flashcards. You can learn the content. You can write it. You can spell it. You can do a test, match, gravity, or live. Most of the time, my students actually just do either the matching, the gravity, or the flashcards. Okay, so air compressor. Click the card to see the definition. So here is our definition down here. Click on it, you can get a better picture. Again, backpack sprayer. Has a definition, has a picture, and also has the word. Let's go back to another Quizlet here. Plant identification. Floriculture. My floriculture class has learned some of our plants. This one here was a great one that we had. So if we go to our flashcards, this is how we're going to actually study them. So we have a picture of the card, and we tap on it, and it gives us a name. We can review to the next one. We have a picture, tap on it, enhance, make it bigger, and it tells us what it is. So we can play, we can shuffle them, and then we also have some different options here. One of the neat things that I like about Quizlet is it gives them a variety of the ways to do it if they want to learn them. So answer every term correctly twice to finish. So once they've mastered it, then it tells you it's correct. But you're going to have to do it more than once that way for your mastery. So we will go back over here, and this is one that I will create one real quick. So create, and we're going to create a new study set. Let's call this plant parts. So we'll do plant parts. As you can see here, you can actually bring and import an image. We're going to put a term. So we have one of the plant parts is stem. Down here we can click on this. We're going to choose our language as English. Then we can enter a definition. So it already has some of the words here, or you can type your own definition. Supporting structure that connects roots and leaves and carries water and nutrients between them. I'm going to add an image. Or we can upload our own. So this is what our stem cells look like on a plant. The next thing we're going to add is a leaf. So we added that. The definition of the leaf. The major site of photosynthesis in the plants. And again, we're going to add an image. This is a really good leaf. And we'll go over here and we're going to add xylem. And one of the things that we did in class is the little demonstration that shows how xylem transports nutrients up that plant. So the students all had their own plants and they had their own colors. So that was a good one for them. The next term we're going to use, we've had stem, leaf, xylem. We're going to have tissue. And then the last one we are going to have is the flower. So reproductive part of the plant. Many of my students are visual learners. So we're going to go ahead and create this. So I can either share it on Google Classroom, share it with Remind. I can add it to a class folder. I could even copy the link and email it to them. So we're going to add it to a folder. I have this plant science class, so we're going to put it right here. We're going to put plant parts, and we're going to create that folder. So now we're going to go and actually play this. So here's everything that we put in there. And you could even edit from here, add and remove any of your terms. We're going to do matching. So drag the corresponding items onto each other to make them disappear. So leaf, the major site of photosynthesis in plants. Xylem transports water. We'll move this one over here. Supporting structure that connects roots and leaves and carries water and nutrients. That's a stem. Reproductive part of the plant is a flower, and a group of similar cells that perform the same function as tissue. So it told me how long, 25 seconds, and if I wanted to play again. So let's go back here to my plant science one, over here to my folders, and we'll show you just one other way that they could play. Flashcards. So if you want to do the flashcards, the neat thing about the flashcards are, so you have here, and if you click on it, you see the term. So then click the card and you know it's stem. So then star this and study it separately. If you're struggling with it, you can just go ahead and star it and you can keep studying it. I like this, that it reads it to them. So those are just some ways that Quizlet, again, works right into your Google Classroom. You can post it there. This one here, you know, I would offer this to students as an interactive way to learn a lot of our identification for our career development events, whether it be plant science, horticulture, floriculture, animal science, dairy, livestock judging. There's just some key terms that they need to know. This is very customizable by the student. So the student has lots of different ways that they can put the information in there, how they would remember it. Probably my intended audience for this video would be students, to show them how they can review, and then they can also learn those terms. So it's not just flashcards, but it's games and it's quizzes. Lots of ready-made resources that are already in there for me also. So happy Quizletting.